Dogs. They're more than just pets, right? They're family, best friends, protectors, and sometimes even our partners in crime. But have you ever noticed how every dog has a unique way of showing who they really are? Some are bold and confident, others are shy and reserved. And believe it or not, the way your dog acts isn't random, it's a direct reflection of their personality. Today, we're going to break down the 7 levels of dog behaviors that reveal their true personality. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand your pup better, but you'll also see why they act the way they do in different situations. And hey, don't be surprised if you recognize your own dog's level as we go along. So, let's dive straight into it because trust me, this will make you see dogs in a whole new light. Level 1, the curious explorer. Have you ever tried taking your dog for a quick walk only to realize it turns into a full-blown expedition because they stop to sniff every tree, every patch of grass, and even random cracks in the sidewalk? That's the curious explorer in action. These dogs are the detectives of the canine world. For them, the world is one giant puzzle, and their nose is the magnifying glass. And let's be real, dogs' noses are nothing short of superpowers. To put it into perspective, scientists estimate a dog's sense of smell is up to 100,000 times stronger than ours. Imagine walking into a kitchen and smelling pizza. Now imagine being able to smell every single ingredient on that pizza separately, from the flour in the dough to the oregano sprinkled on top. That's how detailed a dog's world of scent is. So when your dog insists on smelling every single bush, don't think of it as stalling. They're basically reading the daily newspaper of scents left behind by other animals, other dogs, even people who walked by. Each sniff tells them who's been there, how healthy they were, even what mood they might have been in. Curious explorers usually grow into adventurous, confident, and smart dogs. They're the ones who need stimulation, whether that's long walks, puzzle toys, or games that challenge their mind. If you have a dog like this, lean into it, encourage their curiosity, because if their brain isn't kept busy, they might just channel that energy into things you won't enjoy, like tearing apart the couch cushions. Level 2, the gentle observer. Now let's flip the coin. Not all dogs charge headfirst into new experiences. Some prefer to sit back and watch. Picture this. You bring home a new squeaky toy, and instead of rushing to grab it, your dog tilts their head, stares at it, maybe circles around it a few times. That's the gentle observer at work. These dogs are cautious, thoughtful, and sensitive. They don't jump into situations until they're sure it's safe. And while some people might think this means they're shy or timid, that's not really true. And this is actually a sign of intelligence and deep awareness. Think of it this way. In the wild, the more cautious animals are often the survivors. And while our dogs don't have to worry about hunting for food or avoiding predators, that cautious personality is still part of who they are. Gentle observers also tend to form incredibly strong bonds with their owners. Once they trust you, they're loyal to the core. They may not be the type to greet every stranger with a wagging tail, but with the people they love, they'll give their whole heart. If your dog is a gentle observer, the best thing you can do is be patient. Don't rush them into new experiences. Let them take things at their own pace. The reward is worth it, because once they open up, their affection runs deep. Level 3, the social butterfly. Okay, now let's talk about the complete opposite of the observer, the life of the party. You know that one dog at the park who wants to meet everyone, play with every dog, and say hello to every single human they see. That's the social butterfly. These dogs thrive on interaction. Their tails wag at lightning speed. Their energy is contagious, and they never seem to run out of excitement. They'll jump at the chance to go for a car ride, meet the mailman, or play fetch with a new friend. What this behavior reveals is a dog who is people-oriented and thrives in a community. They're happiest when they're in the middle of the action. And interestingly, animal behavior experts say that social dogs are often easier to train. Why? Because they're eager to please. The reward of your attention, praise, or even just a smile means everything to them. But, there's always a but, this personality comes with its challenges. Social butterflies often struggle when left alone. Their love for interaction can sometimes turn into separation anxiety. If you've ever come home to find shoes chewed up or the couch scratched and your dog is a social butterfly, it might not be bad behavior. It could just be their way of saying, I missed you. If this sounds like your dog, the solution is pretty simple. Give them as many opportunities for social interaction as possible. Play dates, long walks, doggy daycare, or even just bringing them along on errands can go a long way in keeping them happy. Level 4, the protector. Now, let's move to one of the most admired personalities, the protector. You know this dog. The one who barks the second someone knocks on the door. The one who positions themselves between you and a stranger on the street. Or maybe even the one who keeps watch out the window like a tiny, furry security guard. Protectors are guided by loyalty and instinct. This behavior is deeply rooted in their history. Many breeds were originally developed for guarding, like German Shepherds, Rottweilers, or Mastiffs, but don't let size fool you. Even small dogs like Chihuahuas and Dachshunds often carry that protective instinct in their DNA. This personality reveals confidence, bravery, and devotion. Protectors are the dogs who make you feel safe. But here's something fascinating. Studies show dogs often mirror their owner's emotional states. So if you're feeling tense or uneasy around someone, your dog might sense that and step into protector mode. It's like they're saying, don't worry, I've got your back. Now, here's the key. A protector should always be guided by confidence, not fear. An untrained protective dog might see everything as a threat, and that can lead to unnecessary barking or aggression. The best way to nurture this personality is through proper training and reassurance. A confident protector is not only a loyal companion, they're also a calm, balanced one. Level 5, the playful goofball. Finally, let's talk about the clowns of the dog world, the playful goofballs. These are the dogs who never seem to grow out of their puppy phase. They'll chase their tails, roll around in the grass just for fun, and turn anything into a toy. Sometimes they'll even zoom around the house in the middle of the night, like they just had 5 cups of coffee. This behavior reveals a dog's joyful and light-hearted nature. Goofballs bring an incredible amount of happiness into a household. They remind us not to take life too seriously. And here's something interesting. Studies show that playful behavior in dogs actually reduces stress, both in the dog and in their human. That's right, when your dog makes you laugh, it's not just fun, it's therapy. These dogs are usually full of energy and need plenty of outlets to burn it off. They do best with active families who love games, walks, and adventures. And yes, sometimes their playful antics might test your patience, like stealing socks or knocking things over, but at the end of the day, their silliness is what makes them so lovable. Playful goofballs also form strong bonds through fun. Unlike some dogs who bond through calm companionship, these guys bond through activity. A game of fetch, tug of war, or even a simple belly rub session is their love language. If your dog is a goofball, embrace it. Laugh with them, play with them, and let them be your daily reminder to enjoy the simple things. Level 6, the independent spirit. Now, not every dog craves constant cuddles or wants to be the center of attention. Some dogs are perfectly happy doing their own thing, lying in another room, or spending quiet time by themselves. These are the independent spirits. Independent dogs are often misunderstood. People sometimes think they're cold or don't care, but that's not true at all. Their love is just expressed differently. Instead of demanding attention every second, they show it in more subtle ways, like quietly sitting nearby, following you from room to room without making a big fuss, or leaning against you for a moment before wandering off again. This independence comes from their history. Many breeds, like huskies or certain hunting dogs, were bred to work without constant human direction. They had to rely on their own judgment, and that self sufficiency still shows in their behavior today. What this tells us about their personality is that they're confident, calm, and not easily shaken. They don't rely on constant reassurance to feel secure. In fact, this makes them great for busy families because they don't mind some alone time. Of course, even independent dogs need love, but the way they show and receive it is less dramatic, more understated. And honestly, when they do choose to come cuddle, it feels extra special because you know it's on their terms. Level 7, the sensitive soul. Finally, we come to one of the most heartwarming personalities of all, the sensitive soul. These are the dogs who can sense your emotions like magic. If you're sad, they'll curl up beside you. If you're stressed, they might pace or act restless, almost as if they're sharing your feelings. Science actually backs this up. Dogs can detect changes in our bodies, even tiny shifts in hormones that happen when we're happy, anxious, or upset. Sensitive dogs pick up on these cues instantly. That's why so many therapy and emotional support dogs come from this personality group. What this behavior reveals is deep empathy and an unshakable bond with their human. Sensitive souls aren't just pets, they're companions who feel with you, but they also need gentle handling. Loud voices or harsh discipline can really hurt their feelings and cause anxiety. These dogs thrive best in calm, loving households where they feel safe and understood. And in return, they give a type of love that's almost healing. Their ability to connect with you emotionally is something truly special. Here's the beautiful thing. No personality is better than the other. Every single dog brings something unique to the table, and often dogs can show traits from multiple levels. They're just like us humans, full of complexity and layers. The next time you look at your dog, notice the little things they do. Their behavior isn't random. It's their personality shining through. And the more you understand it, the stronger your bond will be. Because at the end of the day, dogs don't hide who they are. They show their personality proudly through every wag, bark, sniff, and cuddle. And that's why they're truly man's best friend. So, what level do you think your dog fits into? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about your pup's personalities. And if you enjoyed learning about this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this video with another dog lover. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and give your dog a belly rub from me. See you in the next video.